Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, How to Generate High Qualified Leads. If you ask me personally, I think the main time and resources you should invest should be on this issue. Because if you create a good working flow for receiving high qualified leads, you create your basis for a good business. Our presenter today, Anuj Bandari, he's the business head for India, and he has come a long way in expanding the operation. So I'm sure you'll benefit a lot from hearing his ideas. So enjoy the webinar, and please, if afterwards you have any questions, you can either contact us or Anuj. Feel free. So with that being said, I'll make you Anuj presenter. Enjoy. Anu, just press at the top, then we'll see
Yeah,
your screen. Exactly. Yes, thank you.
yeah. Thanks, Natalie. Can you see my screen?
It's perfect. We see it.
Yeah, I'll start. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Anuj Bhandari. I am business head for SolidCAM India. And okay, for those of you who don't know me, first let me tell you something about myself. I joined SolidCAM more than 10 years ago, to be precise, in 2008. And in the initial years of with SolidCAM, my role was to do both sales and technical activities. Both the activities I used to do demos, technical demos, few benchmarks, definitely the easy ones, and also some kind of client trainings. Also, I personally would go to the client and train the client in SolidCAM. So I have been inside out of most of the things that we come across selling CAM software. Okay, so today I'm going to discuss my experience on how do we fight with one of our biggest challenges of not only getting high quality leads, but getting constant flow of these high quality leads throughout the year. And the 10 techniques which I will be discussing in my coming slides is my experience for India and may differ for some countries. But I think most of the points which I'll be discussing should be valid for most of the countries. So let's start with my presentation. This is the first page. Okay, high quality lead generation. Okay, this session we will discuss point number one, different techniques to generate high quality leads. Okay, there are many methods. How do we generate these high quality leads? I mean, methods are there to generate leads, but what do you mean by high quality? High quality leads are the leads which can be closed, which will be closed in a prescribed time. I mean, you don't have to wait for years so that it could be closed. Second, explain suggested activities suitable for various regions. Every region has different circumstances, so we'll be discussing based on different regions what all techniques are applicable, and the suggestions would be given for sure. Third, gradual implementation of these activities will develop an ample flow of high quality leads, resulting in automated flow of sales funnel quarter after quarter. What exactly this means? This means that if we simply follow the discussed point, the points which I'll be discussing, and if we follow these points, I mean, this happens in India. This has made us a bit successful in India. So if we follow these points, our sales funnel would be always be full every quarter. Let's see how. Let's discuss all the 10 points. Okay, I'll be discussing very simple points. I mean, these are not that I'll not be discussing some kind of rocket science or something. For the past 10 years, the things which we are implementing in India, and it is giving us results. These are very simple things. Sometimes we forget these things, but frankly, I'll be discussing few simple things. Let's see. Number one, leads through existing SolidCAM clients. We all have clients. We all have SolidCAM clients. So how do we get leads from SolidCAM clients? So we'll discuss in our future slide. Second is leads through existing SolidCAM users. By users, I mean people who are actually operating or running this software. I mean, we should not confuse ourselves with users and the owners of the company, because owners of the company rarely run the software. I mean, 5% chances are there that the owner is running the software. 95% of the chances he has hired some engineer and he is the actual user of the software. Third is through technology partners. We all have technology partners in different countries. Technology partners means companies like machine tool builder, cutting tool manufacturer, fixture manufacturers. For example, companies like Mazak, DMG, cutting tools, Sandvik, Mitsubishi. Number 4, through SolidCAM internal technical team. By internal technical team, I mean people who are actually working with us, who are actually giving technical support to the client, our technical team. Number 5, through resellers. Definitely, this is a very important point. We have resellers. Point number 6, through seminars and exhibition. By participating in seminars and exhibition. Through education sectors. By education sector, I mean promoting softwares in colleges and universities. Number 8, through advanced CNC machine sector. What do you mean by advanced CNC machine sector? I mean machines, sector which, machines which are very complex. For example, we have machines like Mazak Integrex, DNG, 5-axis machine, sliding head machine, turn mill machine, mill turn machines. Number 9, through SolidCAM Technology Center. Few of the countries have SolidCAM Technology Center where they have their own CNC machine. So this is the technology center. And number 9, number 10, through social media. So these are the 10 points which I'll be discussing step by step, and let's see how do we generate leads from all these 10 points. Point number 1, leads through existing SolidCAM client. Okay, I'm repeating myself. I'll be discussing few very basic things, and I must tell you, it works, and you don't have to use again some kind of rocket science to get leads. Very simple things can bring you results. Let's see how, if you implement this in your daily life. Number 1 point, always be in touch. Always be in touch with your client once in a quarter for every salesperson. As far as my experience is concerned, what I have seen, a salesperson sells the software to the client and he vanishes for the entire year. The owner of the company does not see him. Only the technical team is in touch with the owner of the company. What I suggest, just call the owner of the client. If he's happy, if he's sad, just call him once in a quarter, or once in half year, or at least once in a year. Just give him a call and make him feel confident. This will definitely help you when you go for your second sale. Always answer client's phone call or call back later. See, what I've observed, specifically salespeople, when they get a call from the client, they are scared. I mean, if there is any technical problem, if I lift the call, he may say something wrong. So they don't pick the call. They tell the technical guy, okay, if you're worried, don't lift the phone. Tell your technical guy to call back. And then when the problem is solved, call him back for sure. It will boost his confidence in you. Third, support him on issues not directly related to SolidCAM. Okay, what does this mean? There are 4 sub points. A salesperson would sell SolidCAM and he would be definitely interested in supporting customers on the SolidCAM product. That's it. Don't do this. Support him on indirect issues which are not related to SolidCAM sales. For example, give him a machine operator. A machine operator, I mean a person who can run the machine, because you are in this industry for the past so many years. You have your contacts. You know the different operators. Give him operator. Give him a SolidCAM programmer. Help him find a SolidCAM programmer. I'm not saying give him. Help him find a machine operator. Help him find a SolidCAM programmer. Third point, special help on programming for at least 1 part per year. Help him to make some complex program or some program of his component where you can reduce his cycle time, and he'll be very much obliged. He'll feel very happy that some special kind of services is being offered by SolidCAM. Nobody does that, and it will help you in your next sale. And try to help him. The point number 4, try to help him grow his business with your network. What does this mean? You have your network. Every salesperson has his network. He has so many clients. And he knows that some of the clients can offload some work to some other client. For example, if one of your customers is making cutting tools using your software, help him sell his cutting tools to other clients. He will grow his business, and the confidence, his confidence in you will be boosted because you are helping him in all the ways. And the most important thing, let's forget everything whatever I have told above. Good technical support for full layer. See, this is the most important thing. If you have sold the software, you need to give a very nice technical support for the entire year. This should not be compromised in any circumstances. If this is compromised, everything, whatever you've done in the above, what I've told you, it's of no use. And the last point, if you implementing above activities can convert your client to a friend. If you implement all these activities, definitely your client would not remain your client. He'll become like a friend. And the next time when you're going for a sale, for a subscription, for a new license, etc., he will not. He definitely he will bargain you, but your competition is out for sure. He has the right to take some special price, but competition would be out for sure. Okay. Next point. Leads through existing SolidCAM software users. Okay. By telling SolidCAM software users are the people or engineers who are actually running the software. What should we do? Always keep them updated about the new options which are coming in SolidCAM. How do we do that? Number one, conduct small technical seminars, technical training sessions in your office. Call them and do some nice small technical trainings regularly, every month, every quarter, every half yearly. Provide an evaluation software for add-on modules. If a customer has maybe 2.5D, MIL, 3D, HSM, HSR, give him an evaluation of HSS. If you feel he would need this, give an add-on module, train him on that. Definitely, if he likes it, he would definitely tell his owner, that the owner of the company, please go for this module. It's a very nice module. Online training and demos on add-on modules. If you give them, see, if you keep giving add-on modules to so many customers, it's very difficult for you to go to every place to do demos or trainings. Tell him that I am giving you online add-on modules, and the training would be done online. Okay. Point number two, motivate them to learn advanced CAM modules. Every SolidCAM software user has to be motivated to learn advanced CAM options. By advanced CAM option, I mean maybe 4-axis simultaneous, 5-axis simultaneous, HSS, turning, turn mill, mill turns, eye machining 2D, eye machining 3D. And what is the motive? How do you motivate them? You can tell them it's for your better growth of the user and the company. If you learn these advanced CAM options, it's better for you, your growth would be good, and it's also good for the company. Definitely for this point number two, for better salary growth, if he learns these advanced CAM, if the productivity of the company goes up, definitely he has a bright chance of growing his salary. And the most important is to compete with changing and advanced manufacturing challenges. The world is moving very fast. Technology is moving very fast. You need to constantly reduce your machining time and give the required surface finish. So you need to learn these advanced CAM options. You have to motivate them with one or the other way. Okay. The last thing is, in some parts of India, I don't know, maybe in some parts of the world also, we can give some kind of compensation for the leads coming from the users. If they are helping us close a deal, you can give them some kind of compensation in terms of maybe some free trainings can be conducted for them, maybe some small amount of financial benefits can be given or something like that. It basically depends upon country and region. Okay, done with the second thing. Okay, point number three, leads through technology partners. Technology partners, as you can see from the photograph, we have different technology partners: machine partner, cutting tool partner, fixture partners, etc. What do we do with them? Provide them with partner license. And by providing partner license, You have to make sure that you have to train minimum one technical person on SolidCAM. I mean, it should not happen. You're giving them the try this partner license and nobody is using that license. Then it's of no use. Train them. Try to train them at least train them for the basic software or the advanced software. If you are training them on the basic software, then then also it's okay, because whenever they are stuck with some complex programming, they will surely remember SolidCAM and they can make the basic program. And for the fine tuning part, they can send the file to SolidCAM engineer and you can do the advanced programming. Number two, help them make complex program using SolidCAM to sell their machine. Okay, see these complex machines where you have so many axes moving together. You need synchronization. It can be a back spindle, sub spindle, manual programming, making programs using controls. It's very difficult, and you cannot achieve the required cycle time. You cannot compete. So help them to make complex program using SolidCAM. And if you are helping them, because if they succeed, if they're able to sell your machine, definitely if that machine is the program is made on SolidCAM, so you have very bright chances of selling your product. Okay, constant participation. You need to constantly participate with them, your technology partners, in exhibitions as software partner and run their machines on SolidCAM. You have to participate with them in seminars as software partner. And now, what are the results of this participation? Let's see. Above participation reflects a very strong relationship with technology partner. When you participate with them in exhibitions and seminars, the person who is coming and seeing your machine, the machine and the software, he feels very confident. For example, you take this a person who has confidence on Mazak or DMG. If he sees that SolidCAM is being run on DMG or Mazak, so indirectly you are making his confidence automatically develops on SolidCAM because he is dependent upon DMG or Mazak. So definitely he will try and believe Mazak and your sale is done. Next point, provide leads for selling machine, tool, etc. using your network. See, by this point, I mean you have your network, you have so many clients, maybe you know people who are willing to buy new machines, cutting tools, etc. So try to give these new leads to your technology partners, help them sell their machine. So if they sell their machine using your references, for sure this is a nice way of selling. And what can you do? You can organize a technology partner meeting with your existing client. You have your existing client. I mean, and every salesperson shares a very nice relation with an existing client, provided the support is good. You can organize a joint meeting with the technology partner. Take him personally to the client. He will feel very confident that you are helping him close the case. So this is one. Second, joint demos with technology partners for a new prospect. Now, for example, you come to know that there will be a new manufacturing setup is going to happen. This is the aerospace. This will be an aerospace manufacturing, and this customer needs machine, cutting tool, and software. So work directly, work together. Tell your machine partner, we have a prospect. Let's go together. Go with the machine guy. Go with the tool guy. Go jointly and show the customer that you are one. You are a single team. You can provide everything. So nothing bad wrong happens, because most of the time a company, a machine sold and the software sold, they are not integrated properly. Blame game happens. Machine person tells the software is wrong, the software person tells machine is wrong, and the client is stuck in between both the things. So work together. It really helps. Point number 4, leads through SolidCAM internal technical team. By internal technical team, as you can see from the photograph, this is our key team in India. We have in the center our country head, Mr. Amod Onkar, and exactly on the right hand side of him, the blue t-shirt, I am standing, Anuj. So internal teams are the team who are directly working with SolidCAM for giving technical support. And how do we make them sell software? Let's see. Motivate your internal technical engineers for sale, at least for existing client. It's very easy to sell software to existing client. It can be very easy to sell software to existing client. Let's see how. Your internal technical team is closest to your existing client. This internal team, knows the client new requirement. If he needs some add-on module or some new license requirement can pop up, this internal team can create a new requirement by evaluating client's need. Now, for example, a client, we have given a module, for example, 2.5D, 3D, HSR, HSM, and that's it. And the client is making a component using fixtures in different directions, and he has 4 setups. So definitely you can recommend him to go for an add-on module. This technical team can advise, go for 4 or 5 axis industrial thing, or 4 axis simultaneous, or maybe turning thing. He can generate new requirement, because now the customer is yours. He believes you that whatever you are telling, it's for good. You're not selling the software. And for sure, last point, if the support is good, if your technical team is giving good support, your annual subscription becomes very easy. Just call him, just give him price. It's just matter of negotiation. I don't think any technical thing has to be shown. Point number 2, motivate your technical team with some incentive plans. Definitely, we should motivate our internal technical team, because it should not happen. They should feel that okay, they are going, they're coming back. Their just work is to sell, just give technical support. Groom them, tell them to do sales, and motivate them with some incentives. These incentives can be different forms. It can be a recognition incentives, where you can give him some awards, something like that. And small financial incentives also can be given based upon your decision. Okay, this is very interesting. The last point, be in touch with your ex-technical engineers. Ex-technical engineers are the engineers who have left SolidCAM because of some X reason. We are not concerned about that. I mean, what we follow in India, we try and maintain a very good relation with our ex-technical engineers. Normally, we don't fight with them. Okay, you're not working, we will not support you. Okay, maybe they're not good for software industry because they don't like traveling, but they're good sitting at one place and making programs. So don't fight with them. Okay, now the chances are, first point, your ex-technical engineer is either with an existing client. Maybe he can join your existing client because he's an expert on SolidCAM. So he can help you sell an add-on module, a subscription module, a new license. At least we should give subscription. Subscription should be given. It should be very easy, because the same engineer who was working with you, now he's working with your existing client. The second option is, maybe your existing client, ex-technical engineer has developed his own manufacturing setup. He has bought a CNC machine and he's trying to do some manufacturing. So definitely, if you share good relations with them, they will go for a new license, and he is also your client. Okay, done with this page. Point number 5, leads through resellers. We know resellers, and okay, the first point, educate your reseller every quarter. Sometimes what happens, we educate our resellers and we forget that because we are constantly trained on the new product, new sales PPT comes to us directly, but resellers does not get it directly. I mean, he has to be involved with some kind of salesperson to get it. Always groom them with, educate them on sales training, give them sales training, give them technical training. Whenever a new version comes up, please invite them to your office or send your engineer. It should always be done, because a reseller will always ask you a question, what new has come up in the new version? And normally what I have seen, the technical person of resellers, they tell me that nothing new has come up. It is not that the new thing has not come up. It is we who have not educated the reseller technical person about the new commands coming in the new version. So always educate them. Okay, give them benefits of if they achieve targets. Let's see what kind of benefits can be given. You can give them some special discounts after crossing targets. If they cross a specific number of targets, give them special discount on the next case. Tell them this, sell these many numbers, and on the next number you get this discount. Second option, free add-on module. I mean, motivate them with subscription. If you bring the client on subscription, we have a scheme, month end, quarter end, HSS module can be given free or at a very low price. Example is HSS. It can be anything. Third is reinstallation fee waiver as a special case. For those of you who don't know what reinstallation fee waiver is, if a client is not in subscription, it has not confirmed his subscription after 1 year and is out of subscription for 1 year or 1 month or 2 months, a reinstallation fee for SolidWorks and SolidCAM is imposed. So we can tell him that if you come on subscription, we have a scheme, it can be waived off. Bulk order subscription discount. What does this mean? This means, for example, in this Q1 2019 would be coming. You tell your reseller that, okay, give me 30 subscription orders or 50 subscription orders. You have a target in 1 month or 1 quarter based on your region or country. And if you bring 30 or 50 or 60, you'll get a discount on every deal. It's called bulk order subscription discount. Definitely, I must tell you, all these benefits should be discussed with your concerned managers in your specific countries or with Israel, and then only we can give it. These are just examples I'm telling you. Okay, the last thing is do some get-togethers with your resellers. Don't be so professional with them. Make them like friends. Go for parties, small get-togethers, and definitely invite them to annual conferences that we have in Germany and in Thailand. Make them feel like your friend. I mean, it should happen. They're sitting at 9 o'clock or 12 o'clock in the night, discussing with someone, and something comes up in their mind. If somebody asks for a software, maybe in the night also, a salesperson can get a phone call in the middle of the night also. You should make such kind of relations with them. They should not be hesitant that it's a big company. They are like professionals. I should not call them. Make them friends. You should get called even at the midnight, at 3 o'clock in the night also. Okay, done with this. Okay, sixth, leads through seminar and exhibitions. We should do seminars with machine manufacturers, machine tool builders, with cutting tool manufacturers, do seminars with CAM users, people who are working on SolidCAM and people who are not working on SolidCAM but on some different softwares. For machine shop owners, seminars for machine shop owners, they can be our existing client or they can be a new prospect. Again, exhibitions can be done standalone. Participations can be done. You can do your individual. As you can see on the right hand side, there's a photograph, SolidCAM being exhibited in one of the exhibitions. Or do a joint participation with technology partners like machine tool builders and cutting tool manufacturers. Now, let's see what are the results of these exhibitions and seminars. As far as my experience is concerned, these participating in these exhibitions and seminar reflects your constant presence, which results in increase of prospect confidence in SolidCAM. See, by this line, what I mean, if a customer, suppose a client is constantly visiting an exhibition every year, it's been maybe 5 years or 10 years, he's coming to this exhibition and he's seeing a very nice red color board for SolidCAM, written SolidCAM, eye machining. It becomes very convenient for him to recognize the symbol and he feels very confident. So in the future, he can tell, okay, I've seen this SolidCAM every year I go, and the decision becomes easy for him. You become recognized, you become popular. Okay. And the second result of this exhibition and seminar is, in India at least, maximum 20% conversion. When you get a lead from seminar, not more than 20% conversion is there. It's for you to just show your presence. The balance 80% leads could be your future prospects. Directly you don't get more than 20, but indirectly you never know. These 80% are close in the future because it becomes your future prospects and referrals. Okay, next is lead through education sector. Education sector, I mean giving software, promoting softwares in small training centers or big colleges or big universities. And what are the advantages of selling this education in education institutes? Generation of SolidCAM users, engineers for future. you're generating huge number of engineers who know SolidCAM, which can help you. How it will help you? Let's see. Because when they go out of the college, they print their resume, they send your resume to different clients, and if the client will definitely check on what software he is being trained in his college, and he would see SolidCAM. So it's an indirect publicity for future. And if the person is hired, for sure the preference would go for SolidCAM because this engineer already knows the basics of SolidCAM. And one fine day it will be a surprise for you. You will be getting a call from the owner. Okay, come and show us the demo, and you'll be zapped. But the point is because the user who has been selected knows SolidCAM, so the reason you're getting called. So it's an indirect lead. Okay, so now if this person is selected who already knows SolidCAM because he's learned SolidCAM in his college, to train him, less efforts to train the client's engineer because he already knows the basics of SolidCAM. So it becomes very easy for you to train him. Cost and time. You save time and cost. Next point. Type of educational institutes. Okay. You have small or some private training institutes. By small or private training institutes, I mean a small company, maybe which has maybe 5 or 10 computers. It has 5 licenses, and it's a small thing, a small institute, and they can train not more than 5, 6, 7, 10 people in a month or in quarter. But you have an advantage of selling in this small or private institute. Lead generation is fast but small in numbers because the course is finished in few months. If a person who is wanting to buy a CNC machine, maybe sometimes he would first learn the software and then he will go for a machine, or he has a machine, he would like to learn the software. Definitely a small or private training institute, the course is of few months, maybe 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months. After 3 months, if he have learned the software, definitely he will call you, or he will tell the training institute, I would like to buy the software, please provide me information for SolidCAM. The next is education institutes which are big or medium, like for college or for a university. Lead generation is slow because if students are being taught SolidCAM, it will take 2 to 3 years for them to learn. It's a long thing, but when they come out of the institute, it's in hundreds of numbers. So more number of leads, but lead generation is slow. It takes 2 to 3 years minimum. Okay, last point for this slide. Small or private training institute gradually becomes SolidCAM lead provider if trained properly. Okay, when people are trained in this small or private institutes, when they go out, if they need software, if they need an evaluation version, they would definitely, and if they are stuck in some technical options, definitely they will contact these private training centers for software requirement or for some technical help, and definitely you will get a call, indirect call from either from the training institute or directly from the owner. So they become basically a lead provider. Okay. Okay. Point number 8, leads through advanced CNC machine sector. As I told you, advanced CNC machine sector, I mean machines which have more than 3 axes. It can be 4 axis simultaneous machine, 5 axis, turning, turn mill, mill turns, VTLs, double head machine, Swiss type machines. Okay. What do we do with this slide? Popular complex machines, turn mill, 5 axis. Okay. Every salesperson has to evaluate in a specific country or in a specific region where he is trying to sell the software, that which machines are famous in their. So if you are investing, suppose for example, Mazak is very famous. Definitely meet Mazak guys. DMG is very famous. Meet DMG guys. Help them install the software. Give them training. But for example, if it's a complex machine, but if it is not popular in your area, don't invest your time. Because I'll give you an example. We had this one machine coming up from Italy. I think it's known as Biglia or something like that. we first machine in India came and we developed the post processor and machine simulator. But unfortunately, only two machines are there in India. So we invested on the wrong machine. I mean, we should first check which all machines are popular and then invest our time on those machines, not on all the machines. We cannot support any CAM software in the world cannot support all the machines. Okay. Second, advanced CNC machine sector is a new sector which has popped up just I think few years ago. Swiss type machines like Citizen, Sugami, Tornos, etc. I will share my experience. These machines are quite famous in India, and what I have evaluated that hundreds and thousands of machines are running in India for the past so many years, but without the software. They're not using software. It's such a complex machine. These Swiss machines, they have axis, they have 9 axis, 10 axis, up to 12 axis or 15 axis. It can be customized. But still, amazingly, they're not using software. So this can be a boom, and we should invest our time in development of the post processor, and we should see which machine is getting famous in your country. And for sure, this is a future of manufacturing. Please start activities related to this Swiss tire machine. Okay. The next point is do your homework in advance. What do you mean by do your homework in advance? When you are trying to contact Mazak, when you're trying to contact companies who are selling Citizen, prior to going there, first evaluate these. Okay, these machines are quite popular. I must approach them so that we can sell together software and machine. But prior to going them, just check with the technical team, maybe SolidCAM Israel, SolidCAM Germany, that if you already have the post processor of those machines, do you have the machine simulators of those machines? Whether your engineer is trained on the machine tool training, because it should not happen that you go to Mazak and you tell that, okay, I'm very confident. Showing a demo is very easy. You show them demo, everything is okay. But if Mazak tells you, okay, come with me tomorrow, we need to cut apart, my machine would be sold and your software would be sold. And if you're going to a client, you're trying to cut, not to the client, to the technology center, Mazak technology center, you're trying to cut and you're facing problems in post processor, machine simulator, you don't have knowledge of G code, N codes, it would be a very embarrassing situation for you. So do your homework. So all the 3 points should run in parallel. Find a popular machine, and it can be a turn mill, Swiss type, and do your homework. Okay, this point I think was done previously also. And definitely these complex machines, help them sell their machine by doing programming on complex part, making complex part using controls. It's very difficult. Help them make complex program, help them sell their machine, because if they are successful selling this machine, definitely they will suggest SolidCAM, nothing else. Convert client who use only software on their machine. Oh, sorry, other software on the machines. See, this complex 5-axis thing or turn mill thing softwares are frankly very difficult. I mean, it's not that easy. If you feel you have a very strong hold in your region, because I don't think in any country, in every country, you are powerful in one part, you're not that powerful in some other part. If you have a very nice technical person in one area, then only go to the customers who are using some other softwares and try to evaluate whether they are using the software to full-fledged. If no, suggest to rebuy a new software if you can. The last point is introduce software to clients doing manual programming on CNC. Okay. At least I've seen in India, there are thousands of machines, complex machines, which are being run without the software. The operator is doing manual programming on the control. You need to directly go to the owners of these company, not to the operator. Meet them, educate them, tell them the advantage of using software. Tell them you bought machine worth millions of dollars. Why are you not using the software? Using software, you can recalculate the cycle time. You can reduce your cycle time. You can use machine simulators. You can prevent accidents. I mean, you need to show them the advantage of SolidCAM, and I'm sure if that person has invested millions of dollars buying these such complex machine, if a salesperson has convinced him properly, he will immediately buy the software. Okay, done with this. Okay, leads through SolidCAM Technology Center. If you have a technology center in your country, so how do you get leads? You invite your prospect for demos. If you have a prospect and he is evaluating different softwares, try your best to tell him that come to our technology center, provided he is nearby to your technology center. A person who is very far, he cannot come. The advantage of calling this new prospect or an existing customer to your technology center and giving them a demo, you can tell them that I can show you the new software or the new modules in the technology center on the computer, and at the same time I can cut a part in front of you, and the demo becomes very practical and very impressive. Showing the demo and live job cutting, especially for eye machining, people don't believe, a new customer will not believe that eye machining actually works. Show them eye machining, definitely he will tell that it will not work, and show them in front of he can see the cutting in front of him. So the 70% of the sales part is done. Okay, invite technology partners for live joint cutting in your technology center. You have technology partners like machine manufacturer, cutting tools, fixtures, etc. Invite them. Tell them that we can have a seminar in our technology partner. Machine people can bring their clients. You can bring your client. You can conduct live joint cutting trials in your technology center. Invite CAM software user for short demos and training. How do we do that? SolidCAM software users and other software users. Okay, you can invite SolidCAM users and other software users and show them a short demo and train them, maybe 1-day training, and show them live job cutting. A person who is not using SolidCAM eye machining, if you train them, if you show them the demo, give them a 1-day training, and in the end of the training session cut a job, definitely he would go out and tell hundreds of things about this eye machining and SolidCAM Technology Center, and definitely people would be attracted. Okay, the last point is conduct post-sales training in your technology center. What do I mean by post-sales training? By post-sales training, I mean if the software is sold, you can tell the customer that the training part will be more effective if you send your engineer to our technology center. And why is that? Because if our engineer is going to the client side, the engineer who is getting trained, he is normally distracted by some or the other means. But if he is sitting in our technology center, he has nothing to do, only to learn. Plus, you can tell that we have a machine. After the training is done, we have standard live job cutting jobs. He'll cut a job on our machine. We will not stop your machine. You can tell your client that I'm not stopping your machine. You can continue with your production. Your engineer would be coming to my technology center. We will train him, and he will also cut a job on our machine. This makes training more effective if he's cutting a job. And the last point is cost-effective training. See, if our engineer is not going to the customer side, so that means he's saving time, traveling time, plus he's saving money. So we save time, money, plus the training is more effective because everything is done in-house. We have everything in our hand. Okay, that's it. Okay, the last point leads through social media. We need to invest time and money on social media also. Apps like LinkedIn, YouTube, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, etc., etc. See, what we can do is we normally do live job cuttings, we do cutting videos, we have cutting videos, and we have exhibition informations, we have seminar information, the seminars what we do regularly. We have what's new coming up in SolidCAM. If for example, if we have a live job cutting, we are doing a live job cutting on a customer's place. Maybe 5 people or 10 people, they are seeing these videos. You can post these videos on the social media, definitely after taking permission from the client, and thousands and millions of people can see your achievement. It is also a very good medium of generating leads. Okay, my 10 techniques are over. So now let's see. This is a sales technique percentage division chart where we evaluate these 10 techniques. What are the percentage of sales these 10 techniques gives? It's a chart for India, an approximate chart for India for year 2017. I have evaluated. Now, for example, if you can see leads through SolidCAM Technology Center, because right now we don't have a technology center in India. We are planning to go for a in early 2019 in the Q1 we are planning. So right now, but in 2017 it's zero. Percentage is zero because we don't have a technology center. Second, leads through complex machines. It's high, 25%. Leads through education sector, only 2%. So we should concentrate on this. Leads through seminar, 6%. Leads through resellers, 8%. Leads through existing client, 12%. So you have a chart. You can make these kind of charts annually, quarterly. So let's conclude. Okay. This is our last slide. Self-evaluation and suggested actions. We should evaluate percentage of different sales technique from the sales chart. As I've told you, we have the sales chart. We can evaluate different sales technique. Which technique is giving us how much sales? Second, we should invest time on the weaker section. We should evaluate. Now, for example, if I see from my chart, leads through seminar or leads through education is quite less in India. Leads through reseller is only 8%. We should increase this. So depending upon on what segment you would like to invest your time, you can evaluate it very easily. Point number 3, don't ignore the stronger sector for a long time. Normally what happens, we feel that, okay, I'm getting, for example, in India, we're getting leads from complex machine, it's 25%. So we'll feel very confident. Okay, nobody can take us on this. Don't be overconfident. This is the only sector which is actually giving you money. Constant focus on this machine. Don't invest more time, but don't leave this sector. And the last point for this slide is compare every quarter sales chart for improvement of weaker sector. You can make this kind of sales chart for every quarter, every year, and you need to evaluate the weaker sector or increase the stronger sector. So in the end, I would like to tell everyone to stop the struggle for lead generation by, let me read this line. This is the key line. Gradual implementation of these activities will develop an ample flow of high quality leads, resulting in automated filling of sales funnel quarter after quarter. What it means? It means if we simply follow the discussed points, which what I have discussed, at least in India, I am getting good results. In our daily, if we follow these, if we follow the discussed points in our daily life, our sales funnel can always be filled with quality leads, which is the starting point of every software sales. So please follow these steps, and that's it, my friends. I have tried expressing my past experience on sales. Hope it may help you all. Thank you very much.
Anuj, thank you very much as well. It was very. Thank you again for sharing all your points with us. There aren't any questions at this moment, but anyone can feel free at any time to contact Anuj if you have any questions on the webinar. The webinar will be posted on our website later on. And until our next webinar, everyone have a great time and have a great weekend. Take care, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Sydney.